Um, the scores of these games, I don't think really are like reflecting how intense they feel. I'm wondering if to you that's maybe an because of the physicality, or why do you think that that is?
The physicality is out of control, that's for sure. I mean, you can bump and grab a wide receiver in the NFL for those first 5 yards, but you can do it in the W for the whole half court. You put two hands on somebody like that, it should be an automatic foul. They have the freedom of movement. Freedom of movement. There's no freedom. And I'm not saying that we're not fouling too. I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's out of control.
Got it. Also, just wanted to ask you what stood out to you most about your team's defense tonight, and how important was Melissa Smith to that effort?
I mean, I think we had a better attention to detail. I thought we had more crowded spaces. We are just a lot more locked in. Um, I just feel like we executed at a better level. Um, the effort was there. And it always starts with effort and execution, especially execution at this time of the year.
And then just with what you were saying about the physicality being out of control a little bit, with this series going to back,
Do you think it was a little bit, Callie?
well, I'm just trying to paraphrase what you said. With this series going to Indianapolis, is there like a level of concern about that maybe escalating, or how do you feel just about the referee's ability to keep that under?
Well, most of my assistants come from the NBA, and they're like, this would not fly in the NBA. This level of physicality would not fly in the NBA. There'd be fights. There'd be fights. We just have very well-mannered women that can get to the next play, but there would be fights. I'm not concerned because I know we'll keep our composure, but I mean, I don't understand. I don't get it. The freedom of movement is supposed to be a point of emphasis. Defensive 3 seconds is supposed to be a point of emphasis. Like, I don't know why we have points of emphasis.
Yeah, for either was game one a wake up call, you think?
Oh yeah, for sure. I guess she answered. Hello.
Yeah,
25 points, right? 9 rebounds, 5 steals.
that's what the stat sheet say. I don't know if necessarily it's a wake up call. I just think we came to work. We didn't come to work on game one, and that's on all of us. And I think game two, we just decided to come to work. And when we do that, and we do it the right way, and we play the right way, good things happen. But I don't necessarily think it was a wake up call. I told my team I was honestly just embarrassed, more embarrassed game one last whenever we played them than the 53-point loss. I don't think it was like, oh, no one panicked. It was just like, we got to come to work. That's it.
Asia, Callie mentioned Alyssa's defense. We know what you did, but I kind of felt like Chelsea's presence the entire night. She had 10 assists, but you both have mentioned all season about things done off the stat sheet. I
Absolutely.
felt like on both ends of the court, her presence, her just very domineering, if you will, and it made a big difference.
Yeah. I mean, your question is tell us more about Chelsea's defense?
Chelsea,
Like presence? Got you. Yeah. I mean, when Chelsea's locked in, she's hard to stop on both sides of the basketball. And I think you see that she's someone that I believe could be on a all defensive team because she's doing a lot that doesn't show up on the stat sheet, like you said, the way that she can just get her hands on balls. as a woman with a wife. I feel like it's
We
pretty
love Chelsea.
My bad. Sorry. I feel like it speaks volumes to just her presence that she has on both sides of the basketball. And those are the 50-50 basketballs that we talk about. Those are the ones that we're going to need in the postseason. So for her ability.
Dana impacted the pace. They were able to kind of. I thought Dana impacted the pace in the first half, especially. We were able to kind of break it open with her getting downhill with that spacing, and then Liz I thought was really impactful in that second half. Kind of when we were kind of faltering back and forth, I took a quick timeout, Everybody just everybody just responded.
We came to
Anyways.
work.
Last few, we'll go with Sandra, then Kelly. Coach, when you referenced the physicality pregame, you said you can't tiptoe into a bar fight. I'm wondering how you would describe how your team entered this one.
We entered it prepared and ready to go. I would say we did not tiptoe.
I know you talked about how everyone's so composed, everyone keeps their composure. How do you preach that to your team?
I think in general, they're very composed people. Like Chelsea's composed, Asia's composed, Jackie's composed, Jewel's very composed. So when the pressure starts to escalate, I know they know how to cook under pressure. They know how to handle that pressure and they handle it appropriately. So I just trust them a lot of times. I'm fiery over there. I'm Italian, I can't help it. So, but they're cool under pressure. And you just let them do what they do a lot of times. Sometimes it's just a matter of, I thought Chelsea's play calling was good tonight. She's a general on both sides of the ball. It's just different people on different nights. And that's what makes them so difficult is when they're all together, pick one. It's hard to just pick one because you got three other ones coming at you. I can even throw this in there. That's a fourth one. Dana, like we get 24 from our bench. That's great production from our bench.
Two for you, Asia. You were key in a lot of runs to, I guess, like set the tone in the game, but also squash like momentum that the Fever maybe tried to start. And I'm wondering, what was it like just maybe in huddles every single time you're, starting a run, it's like Stephanie White's calling a timeout. So what is it like to be in those huddles and try to keep that momentum going during those breaks?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing we were just saying was no let up. We know basketball is a game of runs, and we understood that, Indiana was going to have their run. There's going to have their point where it's like, oh my gosh, we got to stop the bleeding. But I think just our conversations that we have before the coach, damn you loud.
Sorry about that.
Sound like a janitor.
Janitor keeps
Yeah.
jingling.
But our talks that we have amongst ourselves is something that we just continue to uplift each other and let each other know that like this is their run, but our run's coming soon. And we just got to make sure that we don't lose focus on the defensive end. Like that is where we have to buckle in. We can't really be like, well, we're going to go on their run and we're going to try to make another run on the offense. No, we need to continue to maintain that on the defensive side and just have each other's back. I think we really, really trusted each other this game.
Then also just have to ask you about the series going to Indiana for game 3.
Yeah.
What's been your experience like playing there in the regular season, and how does their, I guess, like home court environment differ from others in the league?
I mean, I feel like when we play, it's loud everywhere on the road, and it's really no difference. Our experience there has not been great this season. We lost games there, so we have to come in with the mindset of like we got to stick together no matter what. Obviously, their crowd's gonna get into it. It's playoff atmosphere. Like the whole city's gonna come out. But that doesn't change who we are and the game that we need to play and the system that we have. So is it going to be loud? Yes. Is it going to be rowdy? Probably. But when it comes to us in our locker room, we just got to keep the main thing, and that's continue to be there for each other. See you.
Oh, wow.
Hey.
Your lip gloss be bumping.
Like, should I sit in the middle or what?
You're on the hot seat, so whatever seat you want.
All right.
Liz, Becky was asked a question about when you hit the fourth foul, but she kept you in. It was off a mistake or something. She says she doesn't like to take players out.
Yeah.
Have you had that in the past? Is that different? And how much do you appreciate that?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden get locked in because kind of went on a run there right after that.
Yeah, I think it's way different. I think I am used to coaches, when you pick up 2, you immediately go into the bench. So it just shows the level of trust she has for me to go out there and, play without fouling. And like you said, when she kept me in the game, it was like I mentally was like, all right, I got to lock in so I don't get another foul. So it just shows, the trust and the belief in me.
You were impactful on both sides of the ball tonight, like offensive rebounding, but also defensively. What's clicking for you on the defensive end with the ACES system right now?
Honestly, a lot of film. Just watching a lot of film with coaches and just perfecting those mistakes that I had in the first game. And so I feel like that's what helped me the most. And just having somebody alongside of me like Asia, where it's like she's talking to me on the backside and telling me where things are at. So I think that helps a lot too.
How have you mentally matured this season? It seems like you're a little bit more locked in mentally and more control of it. How have you felt like you matured mentally this season?
When you're on a team where winning is a standard, it raises your level of just focus and stuff like that. So I feel like being here where it's like the standard is to win, you have to lock in on a different level where it's like you don't want to make little mistakes where it's gonna cost you. So just being dialed in, for 40 minutes, I feel like that's what helped me.
I know there's been so much talk from both sides about the physicality. As from a player perspective, what has it felt like out there these first two games?
Yeah, it's playoffs. Very physical games. I feel like it's just we got to match the energy day in and day out, and I feel like that's what we did today.
Obviously, I asked everybody about this, but just for you as somebody who played for the Fever, what's it going to feel like to go back to Indianapolis for Game 3 on a court that you played on as a player?
I think it'd be cool. They always have a great crowd. It's just gonna be different being on the other side of things, but I think we know how to weather storms. We've been in environments where it's big crowds already, so I think we'll be fine.